Does this perennial mindset, how does this translate to areas like education and work,
Right.
which are still, pretty entrenched in that sequential model?
Well, Galen argues that we need a pretty fundamental shift
Okay.
in how we think about both education and work. So education should be less about memorizing facts and more about
Yeah.
fostering critical thinking,
Right.
adaptability, and problem-solving skills, the skills that you need to thrive in a world that's constantly changing.
And that makes a lot of sense because, in a world where information is readily available,
At our fingertips.
the ability to think critically and to adapt to new situations is so much more valuable.
Than just memorizing facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just about, tweaking the existing system. It's about fundamentally rethinking it
Right.
to embrace this more fluid and adaptable way of being.
Exactly. And that's really where I think the book starts to get interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about, individuals adapting
Right.
to a longer lifespan. It's about looking at these larger societal challenges
Right.
and saying, how do we need to change the way that our institutions and our systems work to accommodate this new reality?
And that's something that we're going to delve into in the next part of our deep dive.
Absolutely.
We'll be looking at, the economic implications of a post-generational society.
Yes.
The challenges of shifting from that sequential to a perennial mindset.
Right.
And what a truly perennial future might look like.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned. We left off talking about, this need for a pretty fundamental shift in how we think about work and education.
Right.
In a world that's increasingly populated by perennials.
Yeah.
And one area where this shift feels especially urgent, I think, is retirement.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
traditional model of working for a certain number of years
Yeah.
and then just abruptly stopping.
Yeah. This doesn't seem to fit anymore, does it?
It's interesting because retirement, as we know it, is actually a fairly recent invention.
Oh, really?
For most of human history.
Right.
People worked until they couldn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So this idea of, a leisure-filled retirement.
Like kicking back.
Yeah, it's really a 20th century construct.
Yeah, and it's starting to show its cracks.
Exactly.
And it's not just about people living longer either, right? It's about how they experience those later years.
Right.
The book actually highlights some of the potential downsides of traditional retirement, things like social isolation,
Yeah,
loss of purpose.
absolutely. There's more and more research showing that sudden shift from full-time work to, complete leisure
Yeah.
can actually be detrimental to people's well-being.
It's like you're losing your routine, you're losing your social connections.
Exactly. You lose that sense of contributing
Yeah.
to something larger than yourself. So how do we reimagine retirement then in a way that's more aligned with this perennial mindset?
Right.
What are some of the alternatives that